How are you with, well, provision of spare parts? Because although obviously they're serviced, I'm sure they're well serviced, the machines are relatively old, aren't they?
They are, but there's competition in the North American market for companies who want to provide the servicing for engines, gearboxes, and etc. And there's competition in Europe for people who want to provide the components such as avionic and radio components. So from that point of view, there isn't an issue with the S61. It can go on for a very long time. The issue is with cost. We buy all of our spare parts and overhaul parts in dollars. And when the dollar exchange rate drops, that hurts us.
Can you get the items when you need them quickly, though? And people obviously are concerned about potential for delay in the height of the season if the bits you need can't be sourced that quickly.
Yeah, there's obviously an issue with that, and some of the parts are very rare and difficult to get because they're low utilisation. It's when one of those bits, and they tend to be airframe bits rather than rotating machinery and the components in the cockpit, then there is an issue, and we have had problems from time to time. However, in the light of experience like that, we have provisioned at our main store's headquarters at Plymouth for the bits and pieces which we're most vulnerable for, and then if we had a problem with the cracking or corrosion, let's say in the tail cone area, we've got the parts on the shelf in Plymouth. We can go and collect them, fit them relatively quickly, so the aircraft will be fixed in a week rather than a month.
Now, we've all who've travelled through the heliport here seen the customer service and cosmetic changes that you've implemented after some of the issues last time, like the Wi-Fi. But operationally, is there anything that you've altered to try and negate the effects of any problems like we had last year, or to stop them completely?
The problems we had last year were principally with airframe issues on one of the helicopters, which were difficult to overcome, principally because it required special parts to be made of special metal by a special process. And as I say, we've now having had that experience, we've provisioned for those special pieces of metal and material, and so we don't foresee that there should be a problem with it in the future. There aren't any regulatory issues that we have to overcome. That's all sort of part of everyday life.
Your relationship with the council, we've had issues with air traffic control cover on the Isles of Scilly, and the airport opening hours has changed a little bit last season. How are you getting on with the town hall now? Good relations?
Yes, we've got good relations with them now. The issues which we had last year affected our operation very seriously. The inflexibility of the air traffic control hours really hampered us and led us into all sorts of difficulties. And we ended up sending people to Skybus and they to us. They're now overcome, I think, and we've got much more flexibility. And that's what we need in the height of the season, because if you get fog at the start of the day or an unserviceability, you have to have the ability to extend the opening hours at St Mary's just to be able to move all your passengers. And it's no good relying on Tresco all the time, because they'll get fed up staying open late at night, and you can't expect them to do that all the time.